Hey everyone, Brandon Clifford here again, Global Franchise Solutions, a franchise consulting firm, specializes in playing matchmaker, trying to match entrepreneurs with great franchise brands. And today with me, I have a really unique concept that I'm excited to share with you. Cool concept, B2B, but also still what everyone's looking for, food service. Pretty unique to blend the two together. So here we have Greg Halton, the CEO of Corporate Caterers. Hi Greg, how you doing?
I'm great, Brandon. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. I'm excited to have you here today. And before we jump into Corporate Caterers itself, kind of tell me just a tiny bit about you and how you got involved with franchising.
Sure. So I'm originally from Toronto, Canada. Had an opportunity to get involved with Corporate Caterers in September of 2017 and moved my family to Miami, Florida. Was excited about all the possibilities that Corporate Caterers offered. In a previous life, I worked for a large party and tent rental business, and all of our customers were catering businesses. And of course, that was a social catering company. And when I stumbled upon Corporate Caterers and realized that it had eliminated all of the challenges and difficulties associated with social catering and was focused primarily on business catering, I knew that this was the opportunity for me.
Awesome. And I'm sure your wife didn't argue about moving from Toronto down to Miami, did she?
No, she doesn't miss the snow at all.
But anyways, you touched upon a little bit, kind of leads into our next question about Corporate Caterers, and how it's a little bit different. So tell us a tiny bit about corporate caterers and then also a little bit about why you guys are using franchising as your strategy for growth.
Sure. So Corporate Caterers, Brandon, as you alluded to, is a business-to-business catering concept. We are focused solely on meetings and presentations. What makes us unique is we typically arrive on site at a customer's location. We arrive, we set up a full white glove presentation buffet, present all of our food beautifully in chafing dishes. All of our items are displayed buffet style. The meeting or presentation takes place, and then we return at the end of that to clean everything up and take it all back to our respective kitchen. Our customers love it because they don't have to concern themselves with food arriving in brown paper bags. They don't have to be worried about whether or not the location has dishes, cutlery, servingware, or anything like that. They know that when they contact Corporate Caterers, all they need to do is focus on their meeting or presentation. Corporate Caterers takes care of all the ancillary benefits of having meetings. And as we all know, meetings are always better when there's food involved. And so we really think that Corporate Caterers fills a unique niche here in the business-to-business catering segment. We've chosen franchising as a route to expanding our business because we think that owners of commissaries are best equipped to drive business forward. We have two corporate stores in our system, one here in Miami and the other in Boca, but we use those primarily as tools to understand our business better and to test market a new concept, new ideas. We really do believe that having individual franchise owners is the key to success in respective markets.
Awesome. Yeah, you got to have that local flair. And I think those are great comments you made there on the importance of having, good, solid local franchisees. And so you talked about what Corporate Caterers does, on a day-to-day basis, but what's the typical day like for the franchisee? I'm sure they're not going around and setting up all the events, right? So what's kind of their role?
Right. So agreed. Typical franchisee. So when you buy a Corporate Caterers franchise, you own that territory. You will always be the only Corporate Caterers franchise in that territory. You establish a commissary, typically by fitting out an out-of-business restaurant. And your typical day involves arriving or at least having someone on staff that can open your operation at around 5 a.m. You manage a few drivers and a few kitchen staff. You prepare food for that day's deliveries, and then send all your drivers out to make deliveries typically for breakfast or lunch. Corporate Caterers is focused strictly on breakfast and lunch. As we like to say, no evenings, no weekends, no social events. Mm-hmm. So typically your drivers head out and do breakfast deliveries, come back, circle up again, head out for some lunchtime deliveries, and then you spend the latter half of your day doing preparation for the following day's orders. So a typical Corporate Caterers day for yourself and for your employees is anywhere from 5 a.m. to 3 p.m., something along those lines.
Can still make it to your kid's Little League game. Absolutely.
Still make it to your kid's Little League game, exactly.
So it's a lifestyle business as well.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Very cool. And now, I mean, are the franchisees more prepping and cooking, or are they doing the sales? I mean, it doesn't matter. You have a mixture of both, or are there any specific like skill sets or qualities that your number one franchisees, like your top franchisees, possess?
Yeah, I think the key for a what we're looking for a franchisee is we want someone who's a really solid operator. You need to have some of the skill sets necessary to operate a business. You don't need to have all of them. And what we'd like to say is, whatever you need to fill out your team by putting aces in places. You've got to have the right people in the right skill sets to fill out your team. So if you're operationally focused, you need a strong sales and marketing partner. If you're sales and marketing focused, you need a strong operating partner. But typically, our franchisees are focused. They should build out their teams to suit their key strengths. And so we also like to say, as I said earlier, aces in places. By the same rationale, it's important that our franchisees are working on their business, not in their business. They need to be looking at the big picture, how to grow their operation, how to make their operation as efficient as possible, make sure they've got the right staff, the right team in place, and then sort of have everything develop from there.
Mm-hmm. Cool. And one thing you touched upon that I liked about your fit out is how you basically look for abandoned or failed restaurants, because you don't need a prime retail space for this, because your drivers are getting out to do your business. So I'm assuming that kind of keeps the investment a little bit lower than one would think, because you're not doing a big build out of a commercial kitchen or something like that, right?
That's right. Yeah, that's right. As we like to say, we take our product to our customers. Our customers don't have to come to us. And so as a result, your kitchen never has to have any visitors, does not have to have any front of house, doesn't need to have anything that would require customers to ever come to you. You're taking the food to them every day.
Great. What's kind of like the average investment?
Yeah, so our investment range runs from about $100,000 to about $175,000. Depends on your location, depends on how much equipment is in place when you find that ideal location. That number includes your franchise fee. Our franchise fee is $40,000. It also includes a reasonable amount of working capital to get you up and running for the first, say, 30 to 90 days.
Awesome. So you can hit the ground running with your marketing. Cool. So, Greg, let's say I'm someone who is well connected in the corporate space, but I'm sick of the corporate grind. I want a lifestyle business in the food service space. Where can I go to learn more about corporate caterers?
Well, you can visit our website, which is www.corpcaterers.com. That's CORPCATERERS.com. And you can always find me at LinkedIn. It's my LinkedIn. Just search for Greg Halton at Corporate Caterers. You can find me on LinkedIn. And you can always call us, of course, at 305-223-1230. Or most important of all, I would suggest you get in touch with Brandon directly, who has all the information you need and can walk you through the entire process.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Greg. I appreciate your time. I know you're a busy guy. You got to get going and educating some people on this awesome concept. And I look forward to connecting some entrepreneurs and sending them your way very soon. Thanks, Greg. Have a great day.
Thanks, Brandon.